What would it feel like to have all your ideas available to you reliably at any time? That is the promise of an Ideaverse, a place where all your knowledge is connected, a place where your ideas go to live, a place that powers and supports your mind and the actions you take in the world around you. And you can have one. You can have an Ideaverse. Imagine how much calmer and confident you could feel in your thoughts and actions. Imagine how much clarity you could gain. And imagine how much more effective you could be in all of your efforts. Here's how we get there. Have a home note that centers your mind and launches your thinking. Have a space and system to develop ideas. Have a way to reliably return to your own knowledge and your favorite thoughts. Have a space and system to capture new sparks, focus your day, and reflect on your direction. Have a space and system to intuitively manage your efforts. Learn how these 3 spaces match the 3 headspaces of personal knowledge management. Experience the clear context switch each space provides you. Learn how 3 core folders match these 3 headspaces for a unified system. Learn how to customize the core system to meet your personal needs. Learn why ACE works. See how efforts beat projects because projects simply don't work as well with ideas. See how the 4 intensities of efforts help you effortlessly manage your entire life. See how to overcome information anxiety with maps of content. Learn how to use maps of content, not just to index information, but to catalyze your thinking and to generate some of your most inspired work. See how maps of content help you navigate your ideas. Learn how to make notes, not just mechanically take them, and how making notes creates a habit that creates value for you. And through all of this, feel how linking your thinking works to support and empower your mind and the actions you take in the world around you. Okay, so if those are the headlines, let me take you through a quick walkthrough, a tour of what you can expect from Ideaverse for Obsidian. All right, let's go. What you can see on screen now is I'm super zoomed in to the home note and the Ideaverse map. So the home note, think of this as your dashboard, but it's really a place that whenever you're lost, you can go back to. So in that case, it's like home. It's also like a launch pad. It can launch you into whatever effort or idea or inspiration that you might have at any given time. And it is built around 3 different headspaces. These 3 headspaces basically encompass anything we might want to do with ideas. And they are this: a headspace for knowledge, a headspace for time, and a headspace for action. And that is through the ACE framework: Atlas, Calendar, Efforts. So let's quickly explore each one, which will go into way more depth in a future video, in a future lesson. But for now, let's just see what it's all about. Under Atlas, let me zoom out one from the super jumbo font. What you have here is places that you can go, different ideas that you might want to develop through our other framework, ARC. Add, relate, and communicate. So like no matter what you're doing in whatever industry, profession, interest, hobby, enthusiasm that you might have, you're going to go through an ideation process of ARC. You'll be adding things, relating them, and communicating them. It doesn't always work in that order, but by and large, that is the universal way that ideas move through time and space. So we have a system where that can work. Again, we'll go into that in more depth later, and you can return to old knowledge. That's Atlas. Now there's time, calendars for time. You can quickly capture a spark in a new daily note. You can review old notes. You can plan future ideas. So it's all happening in calendar of time. And then when we get to the actions, we control down efforts. I can't wait to go into this in more depth. I think efforts and the 4 intensities are a huge game changer, but that is for another time. So we'll collapse those now. The next thing I want you to see is that Ideaverse is a unified system. So you can see that in this home note, it is actually mirrored in the folder system. So over here in the folders, you see the same things: Atlas, Calendar, and Efforts. We will twirl down all 3 of these in future videos, but I want you to notice the unified feeling. So even if it's a folder or even if it's a link-based system, we can still use the unified ACE folder system. The framing system. What is this really? It's an orienting system for our 3 headspaces: knowledge, time, and efforts. Wow, that's amazing. Now really quickly, let's go over to what else is included in the Ideaverse for Obsidian. We have how to customize your personal Ideaverse, how linking your thinking actually works, how to make notes, not just take them, how to use maps of content. So this is a big one, and you have a walkthrough. We'll go through this in another video, but essentially maps of content are not just these indexing notes where we can throw links to all these different notes of ours. No, once we do that, once we actually do it, we recognize, whoa, they're a mapping note. They're an active note. Because when we put notes and ideas in there, we recognize that there are gaps in our thinking or in our arguments, and that stimulates, generates an insight. And when we start clustering ideas together, we see how we maybe misspoke here, or we can refine that and make it better. Again, we'll see that more later in future lessons. How to build your own home note so you can customize this aspect of the Ideaverse structure. The two most exciting parts, however, are how to customize ACE, your particular ACE headspace. So we can twirl this down and you can see all the different notes that we can hop into. Especially, I can't wait for us to get to the ACE folder framework flexes for you, and then how to use efforts instead of projects. And I'm especially excited for the 4 intensities of efforts. You can see a little sneak peek here: on, ongoing, simmering, and sleeping. Now at first that might just seem like, hey, some four, great. What else could you come up with? But I encourage you to dust this off and try it out. And I think you'll be surprised at what it can do, because here's what it can do. It gives you a truer estimation of your current efforts that allows you to then effectively prioritize your efforts at a glance so that you can quickly adjust your bandwidth as needed. I've been using this and it has only improved my effectiveness with getting things done that I'd like to get done without getting in the way of the pure, lovely knowledge for the sake of knowledge itself that I might get done in the Atlas, or without the reflection that might happen in the calendar. All right, so there you have it. We're going to close this up, zoom out just a little bit. We have some extra gifts in Ideaverse for Obsidian as well. Explore how ideas can become evergreen, and you can learn even more about linked notes in this one. Plenty of value, content, and I hope paradigm shifts await when you open Ideaverse for Obsidian the first time. So if you're watching this video, make sure to download Ideaverse for Obsidian in the link below, because not only do you get the actual vault, the kit of all these different notes, but you'll also get the email course that walks more in depth, walks you through everything that we've just covered here, so you can really fine-tune and customize this for yourself and leave with your own custom Ideaverse. All of this for free at your fingertips. But you'll have to drop some of the paradigms from toxic productivity to get there. And Ideaverse isn't only about productivity, it's about PKM, which stands for Personal Knowledge Management. The world of knowledge and ideas is complex, and narrow-minded, white-knuckled self-shamers out there are on a one-way route to burnout. We'd like to think the path we take is linear, but it's not. It curves, swerves, hops, and skips. If our thinking is fragile and not agile, we might march headfirst into a ditch, especially with how fluid the modern world has become. This is where an Ideaverse empowers you in unexpected ways that other people only call luck. While it can help you be extremely prolific, an Ideaverse also encourages a sense of creativity and connectivity, exploration and wander. And it was once said quite well in a book from J.R.R. Tolkien that not all those who wander are lost. Now more than ever, those who wander are those who win life's long game, because they balance action and reflection, and in the process, they achieve a robust ability to move through life effectively and joyfully. That is the power of an Ideaverse, and you can have your own. Good luck getting it started, stay connected, and we'll see you on the inside. Once you download it using the link below, I will email you step-by-step instructions to show you how to open it up in the Obsidian app. These videos, including the next one, can only help so much. It's about getting the reps, so download Ideaverse for Obsidian so you can get the reps. In the next video, you will learn about ACE, the most universal system to help you learn, remember, and create, not just for today, but for a lifetime. I will see you there.